Hey, I got this mint tea. It's so good. It's black tea, but it's like mint flavor. It's so
I was about to say, you got a mint tea? Like you a mentor to somebody?
Welcome to the Dream Lab podcast.
Yeah.
Where I don't have a mint tea, but I have mint tea.
Wait, one more time, Chrissy?
Yeah.
Okay, a little African praise.
Wakanda.
A little Zumbada Hundoodoo.
Anyway, we're here, episode 75. That's crazy to say. Welcome back, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. It's the Dream Lab podcast. I'm your captain, Dre Perry. And I am here.
Here, woo!
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Wait, where's the audience? I don't know where the...
Still haven't labeled the buttons. 75 episodes.
Yikes.
Anyway,
75. We got Chrissy B in the building.
Yeah.
We got Coach Kev in the building. And it's a beautiful day. Yeah,
I brushed my teeth today.
Today.
So wait, the last episode we recorded where you didn't start the episode saying that, did you brush your teeth that day?
I would hope.
I knew it was.
I would hope too, because ain't nobody used that microphone
I was about
since
to
you,
say,
so I
we
wouldn't
ain't
even
never
know.
switching mics.
Yikes. That's your mic. You take that home, nigga.
That's nuts.
But welcome back, everyone. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. I sound congested because I am. Canada is smoking a big ass joint, and so we're
It's
over
dry.
here.
That place is on fire.
Wow. Did you say it's dry?
That place is on fire.
That's crazy. The jokes have been crazy. But no, for real, we truly do hope that everyone in Canada is safe.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Regardless of, like what we can control, what we can't control, what their government control, whatever, as far as.
Y'all need better prevention.
But we ain't in that. So all we want is to make sure that people is safe. However, it is definitely affecting us. It was affecting me so bad. I think it was Wednesday night I started to feel it and then it just got crazy.
Y'all need better prevention.
Who they need to call?
I don't know. I feel like they need to have a meeting and
You don't think they had no meetings?
I don't think so. Not enough. Because you got to think about it too. And there's no disrespect to all of my Canadians.
Drake, if you're listening.
We love you,
Teach me,
Canadians.
baby.
So my question is for places like LA that have these different fires that can be caused by natural things of just the climate changing or somebody smoking a cigarette, flicking it, and it hits a leaf and blows everything up. What are the things that you guys have in place that helps to contain these things? Like New Orleans, they experience hurricanes, but they have different precautions of how to keep levels of water out, or they have different boulders or
Barely.
barriers.
And then LA fires went on for a long ass time, bro. Like that, it wasn't like the LA fires happened and then they just went away. They were going on. It was like a week or two.
Right.
Yeah.
So again,
So it's
we
not-
haven't
it's-
learned from the last fire.
Who is we? Oh, so when you were talking about Canada, I almost said Canada.
Canada.
When you were talking about Canada, and then in comparison to the LA fires, I thought you were saying because the LA fires were under control.
I just think that I don't think that the LA fires were in control. I just don't know if their prevention plans are realistic. With the way science is, nobody has come up with some type of chemical that can be placed or sprayed from the air in a helicopter.
I think
that
that's a
helps prevent it.
very easy cop-out answer for you to give.
Me?
Yeah. Just because we are not in that arena, right? We don't know anything about.
Yeah, but y'all been dealing with this for years and y'all ain't came up with nothing better.
I mean, but there's a lot of stuff we've been dealing with for years that we may not necessarily have the cure for yet. We don't really
got
know.
out.
We don't really know.
then y'all need to figure that shit out. As much
mean,
money y'all got over there for governmental work and taxes
It's
that
easy.
you're taking
It's
for
easy
people.
for us over here to say y'all need to figure it out. It's
Well,
about
LA
time.
too. Y'all need to get some better water prevention.
I get it. What I'm saying is, it's easy to say that when you ain't got to do shit because you don't know none of the research. That's all I'm saying.
Chat GPT.
If they scientists is on ChatGPT, how do we stop these fucking fires?
Because y'all figure everything else out. You mean to tell me that in a case of a disaster, there's nothing put in place. There's no
You don't
storehouse?
have the answer, Sway.
Well, then they
what
need to
if-
find that shit.
Well, what if hypothetically the fire could have been so much worse, and actually the preventive measures that they have taken, yeah, it's still pretty bad, but it could have been
That's
way
a
worse.
different way to look at it, and that's
Well, then I
actually
need to research what they have in place for prevention.
yeah.
All right, well,
because
ask
here's
Smokey
the
the
thing:
Bear.
there are so many people, especially on that MAGA side, who kind of who stand not necessarily with that sentiment, but they have that same mindset when it comes to stuff like, or I just don't understand all the money, they should have this done. And it's just like, you are not even in an arena to know what they should have by what time. You see what I'm saying?
But why? But the thing is, why wouldn't you though? Like, of course, I don't live there, so I don't know what the news.
That's like somebody saying, Kevin, I'm confused as to why you don't have a Grammy yet. Why you don't have 5 albums completed?
But that's different.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's absolutely not different. It's like as
to,
talented as you are, as many people as you know, they could give you all types of shit. Yes, they could.
But there's a different level of resource that they should have when you're living in a state where wildfires can break the fuck out. So you know that they'll break out. Why haven't we tended to the land in such a way that we know, okay, temperatures are climbing?
So I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree that there should be things in place so where this doesn't happen. However,
because how does it happen?
So from my understanding, it was lightning that hit some. Yeah, because it's hot as hell. It was a storm or something. Ain't that nigga about to get out? We are not about to jump topics like that.
Are Kelly about to get out?
It's just 3 people with ADHD on this podcast, guys. I don't even know. We ain't even say, how are you? Nothing. We talk about wildfires, R. Kelly getting out.
Well, because
maybe the answer to the wildfires is R. Kelly peeing on them.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, the fire smoke has caused I believe my brother's allergies to be a little funky.
So I
would think that you guys would be mindful of a Dre Perry and mindful of a Captain Stewart.
That is dumb as hell.
But I do hope the best. But it has just raised question in my mind just for any type of crisis that happens in the world. Mm-hmm. Do we have the proper resources, or do we know what the law of the land is for when those things happen? Like when they did have Katrina, visiting New Orleans and knowing that all of those people were housed in the Superdome, being able to actually be on the floor of the Superdome and looking up, it's like, damn, it was a lot of people
that shit wasn't properly put in place. But that was something you were able to kind of like look at, and they had but when it comes to this, I mean, like I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I'm not even saying you right or wrong. That's not even where I'm saying it. All I'm saying is, and I think I kind of say this for everybody I've encountered, like, especially when you're not in something, I just try not to have too much of an opinion on what somebody else should be doing, especially when I don't know. Because people do that. Like, people do that really tough. Like, they should be doing this by now. And you just don't know every little thing that's in the details of it. So,
well, how you feel about the lettuce? Because the thing
I don't even eat lettuce, so I was good.
Because Trump has cut down on some of the
I don't like salads, no.
They done cut back. Well, he don't like white shit, so that means he'll be eating his salad plain.
Yeah, if I did eat salads, it would no ranch.
You can use Italian.
Well, Jalen don't give me.
I'm picky.
A salad type of nigga anyway. Yeah. Have you ever? Well, no, because you haven't. I was gonna say a Caesar salad with salmon from Moot's Pizza.
That was detailed as hell for a nigga who does not eat salad. No,
bro. For now, have you had it? Are you a salad girly?
Well, yeah, I made my own salmon. I haven't had from Moots. I haven't been to Moots because every time I go near Moots, it's closed because it's after hours.
Yeah, we gotta go for lunch one day.
You should probably go at a reasonable time, nigga.
We gotta go for lunch one day. But somebody was making a comment, Dre, that because I was like, well, what the heck is going on now that y'all telling us like the lettuce and stuff is messed up? I'm like, y'all didn't catch that? But I didn't know that some of the FDA stuff that Trump had kind of pushed
and that's
back,
what I'm saying. There's
like
so many factors to even know where to point the fingers.
He wants us dead. We done been smoked out and can't eat lettuce. Like, what's going on?
My AC not working.
Listen, Drayla had to help you fix it over the phone.
It was
literally that was. She was like, it's not going in. So first of all, tell him about that situation. I think that's just crazy.
Can you start with the man downstairs?
Did you not talk about that?
No, that was on the phone.
Oh, nigga, you gotta
about it yet.
Yeah, you gotta talk about that shit.
Y'all, it's been so much apartment. How are you, Chrissy? Let me tell you.
Please, from the top, and I'm gonna be quiet so they can hear the voice.
Yeah, shut the hell up. So
I was like, the light skins ain't gonna pick on me today. God damn it.
It's been a lot going on. You know, of course, if you've been watching, you know, we love the apartment. We've been wanting, dreaming, praying for the apartment or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you something. Apartment living is interesting. Okay. So real quick, long story short, I went to go do my laundry. Okay, I don't have in-unit laundry. I have to go downstairs in the basement, and everybody, the tenants are supposed to have access to the laundry, right? But one foggy day, I go.
You need some fucking spooky music for this.
Yeah, one foggy day, I went downstairs to do my laundry. I opened the basement door, and if you know me, you know I really already do not care for basements like that. I don't like them. But I opened the basement door, and I look down, and at the bottom of the stairs, I see a foot. Now, not just a foot not attached to a leg before you get spooked out here. No, it's just a foot that should not be there. So I look down and I go, well, like, something's not right. And all of a sudden, a head pops out and it's like, oh, hi. Oh, hi? Okay, you know, I got my phone on me, whatever, we're still going to go downstairs. I'm like, hello. So I go downstairs. This man has a full video game setup in the basement of my apartment building.
In the washing room.
In the washroom. Okay, so
you go in there to wash your clothes, and there's a nigga down there playing video games on a mobile setup.
I mean, he had the
nigga downstairs saying, "Hey, can you keep it down?"
Literally, headset. He said, "Oh, you can just move that," because I literally
Hey,
had to
keep it
move
down,
the
I'm on
little
level 4.
cord. Yes, like I'm streaming right now, nigga, from my basement.
I'm in the fourth quarter. First of all, whose Wi-Fi are you?
That's, oh my God. So then he had, first of all, the washer, I think something was unplugged because he plugged in his gaming setup. And when I tell you, he had a whole little rolling desk and everything, like the nigga had
Now
a
he
whole
unplugged
setup.
the amenities to plug up his shit. Like,
Okay,
ain't
couldn't
nobody
start the
down
washer
there.
because your Xbox
He
plugged
got
up.
furniture downstairs.
He was comfortable. So now I'm thinking, how long you been down there? But he seemed, nice or whatnot. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to do my laundry. Like, it was desperate. I needed to do my laundry. Okay, so, I leave him alone. I done called Dre and Kevin. I done called my mama. I done called everybody. Like, just so you know, there's somebody in my basement. So then I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, well, maybe he's in the doghouse and, got sent down to the basement or, something. No. 3 loads later, I go down there. I'm putting my stuff in the dryer. The stuff in the dryer. I'm about to put it in the washer. He's like, "Hey, do you mind if I put that in here? Do you mind if I put these in here?" And I said, I took my AirPod out. And I said, "Excuse me."
Excuse me?
He had his socks up and these black joggers, and he said, "Yeah, I washed these this morning, but it's taking a little long to dry because he had stuff hanging up on the ceiling. Like
This nigga
was
moved
comfortable,
in, bro.
And he was like, "Yeah, I just I need it to be dried. So do you mind if I put that in the dryer?" Your socks. You want me to put your socks in the dryer? And that's when I drew the line. Okay, I was gonna let him be.
He wanted you to wash his socks with your clothes.
He wanted me to put it in the dryer with my clothes. That's why I drew the line. I said,
He
"Nigga, I'm
wanted
calling
to
the people."
mix
Laundry.
fabrics.
And okay, so now my stuff is just down there. And I said, "Sir, I don't know you." No. He's like, "Okay. But now at any given time, as I'm upstairs, you can put your socks in my gosh laundry." So I called emergency maintenance. Come get him. Turns out he's a serial squatter. He's been everywhere, and they changed the lock. So
He's been at every building. He was like,
He
well, they didn't get this one.
Literally has. Like, I wish I
So
could
he
go
moves
more
his stuff?
into it, but
A serial squatter in an apartment building is crazy.
because he knew that the basement door, so he must have like lived there before or something
Yeah.
like that. And he knew
Or
that the
once you live
basements
in
were-
an apartment, like, you just know how them apartments be. So, like, you don't even have to live there. You be like, nigga, I already know one of these doors janky. They ain't took care of it.
the basement doors didn't have a lock on it. They do now, just so you know if you're watching.
You saved your whole apartment building.
I literally did. I am a hero.
You are.
So then, we've been in a heat wave for the past 15 weeks. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
That was
Thank you. My AC isn't working right. Okay. I have it set to 70. It's 80 degrees, 85, 90 degrees. It's hell in there. Okay. And so now they put a little portable AC in my my room, and it's connected to the window. It has a little tube. The little tube
Oh, you
in
can
the
move it
window.
around. Like mine at my house.
Yeah, but I can't move it. Well, I probably could move it around, but I'm not touching that.
I mean, like it's flexible.
Oh yeah, and I found out after our phone call that I could actually easily, move it, maneuver or whatnot. I didn't know before that.
I used to have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's okay for the room. The rest of the apartment is still hell. And you think I'm about to cook in that? No. So I've been eating cereal.
I'm about to say cereal, nigga.
Cereal and ramen noodles and stuff, whatever. Okay, but then Smokey the Bear outside. It's a whole bonfire going on outside.
So it's even worse.
So it's even worse. I had to choose between, smelling like I'm cooking s'mores in my room or it being a livable temperature. So apartment living has been very ghetto for me these past few weeks. Pray my strength. Thank you.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, and that's Michigan. Like, oh my God.
Like I had to choose between having cool air or having my bronchitis flare up.
Listen,
Yeah,
that's been part of my issue too with my sinuses. I mean, my allergies is my bronchitis is like.
But at least I'm cool.
Exactly. I can't fucking breathe.
You sound like my brother dog. He was so mean.
We always compare me to animals on this podcast.
Wow.
It's okay. It is.
Anyway, so well.
That's how I am, guys.
Yeah, I was about to say I hope things get better.
Me too.
If you're watching this, my concert is probably going on at the moment.
Universe.
And we're wearing nice clothes.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, chest out.
Chest out, okay? Grown AF. No, but so yeah, if you're watching this live, then you're obviously not at the concert. And if you're watching this after you've been at the concert, I hope you enjoyed it. Put in the comments, let me know. That's all I have for right now. I don't really have any other updates for me, Kev.
I started a choir.
Let's talk about that.
It's been lit.
Wow, wait.
Can you say it like the normal way? Because
I started a choir. Lord,
like you don't care.
I said that air quality got to.
Girl, yeah, they see my eyes water.
I thought you were just sensitive.
No, I ain't that sensitive. That be y'all that be crying in the shower.
Y'all, I just said I can't cry.
You talking about crying in the
My
shower?
siblings be crying in the shower per the last episode.
I
the
do.
episode before that.
Hey.
I wish I could just turn my
Low key,
turns
it's
on.
not good to do that because it's so steamy in there, especially with my bronchitis. Yeah, it's not worth it. You crying for a whole
How
other
did it
reason.
go? By way of tears. No, I started a choir, so it's been fun. It's been really fun. I've been really enjoying it.
Okay, what is the name of your choir?
The Content Choir, CC Detroit.
CC Detroit Content Choir.
Give it up for CC Detroit.
And they already asked me if we're taking engagements. No.
Why not?
I just thought about I got to text somebody because they asked me if I can come do their choir jamboree. No.
What's your vision behind the CC Detroit?
Just really just doing content. I don't want it to be like community choir based. Like, remember how I felt?
Get up on your mic, nigga.
I want to say something crazy. Well, no, it's not a bad thing. Did you ever not feel like going to the group rehearsal, but you felt better once you got there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
I never want people.
I definitely, multiple times.
I used to always, because our rehearsals were always on Mondays.
Yeah.
So it was always like, I done went and screamed at church. I done went to work.
We did have rehearsal on Mondays.
7:00.
I didn't mind
Not
going.
on the dot. Niggas was late every week.
I
used to piss
did
me
not
off.
mind going, but it used to be such a drag, especially when I lived so far away. But I did not want to put the same demand on people like with the whole community choir thing. I just wanted it to be a space where people can drop in, drop out. There's no obligation, which is another reason why I don't want to take engagements, because I don't want to be, you coming, you gonna make it,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be, no. Come in, get a little bit of information from me, let's have a good time, learn a song, make a video, go home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I told them sooner than later, if the demand gets too high and they want us, we'll think about it.
Yeah.
But it's just,
Cut that out. Okay, we're not thinking about it right now.
yeah, we're not thinking about it right now for sure.
Talk about you
But-
still thinking about it.
No, it's not thinking
No,
about
nigga.
it. Because you're going to pay for this. This you're going to pay for.
Well,
The other
You gonna
stuff I used to be like, okay, no, not this.
yeah.
But I mean, it's a good time. Like I teach for like maybe 30 minutes, and then we just try to work for like an hour and a half, hour. Little dum.
It was a good time. I went. I was there yesterday.
He was a huge help as well. He helped
sure,
me get
bro.
Content. Thank you.
Yeah, I helped out with the content. And I really I enjoy and I think this is just branched off from many conversations we've had, conversations from a lot of content that you've even posted, just about how, and conversations you've had with coaching and different things like that, with people and their experiences in church, but not even that just in church, but just on a singing level, who they've experienced that have spoken certain things that have caused them to not believe in their voice, not to not trust themselves when they sing. I know that I've experienced that, a few different times. I remember one of the most simplest times was just a girl that I really liked, and I had just really kind of start taking singing seriously. So it ain't all that at all. And I'm just playing around because I had some friends at my house, and she was one of them. Now she ain't know I liked her, but obviously I liked her. So I'm playing my keyboard, just thinking I'm about to woo her, and I did something. And she was like, nigga. Nigga. It was one of them, and don't nobody do that like a black woman. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Damn.
Nobody that oh my God. Like, you could just say no.
I'm listening for the various
And that's what I'm saying. It could have been one of those variations, nigga. It may not even been that. It could have been or it could have been Either way, it was
Yeah, and that stuck with you.
It stuck with me. And I've had, other experiences like in church, and a lot of times it'd be from other people who are more skilled. Unfortunately, like, especially you see it in church because you have a mixture of those people. You have real skilled people and you have people who aren't that skilled.
Yeah.
And sometimes the people who are really skilled will make people who aren't that skilled feel away.
Yeah.
Like, you like looking at them because they can't catch it as fast as you can, or they flat, or they messed up. It's a lot of stuff processing right now. You know what I'm saying? That everybody's at different levels. And I think that's, Kevin, what I really appreciate you talking about was the atmosphere, and people just a lot of times just because you know how to direct don't mean you know how to handle people.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, a lot of people in those spaces, in those leadership positions, don't know how to handle people. And so somebody do something, and while you are right in what you said, it's how you said it that really affected them, because that's going to stick. That's going to stay for the rest of their lives. And so every time they approach singing, they remembering what you said. They were remembering that moment. Their body goes back to it. They tense up. And after a while of doing that, it either becomes worse or people just stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just that's just something that I noticed, and I'm sure you notice it. I don't know if you want to talk on that some more.
It can be, well, first of all, as a coach and a singer, it can be heavy when you know that somebody has experienced that type of trauma or just anything of that sort, where one thing was said and it deterred them from their dream. It was one thing that you just said, Dre, when you said it may have needed to be said, but it was how you said it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say some shit you don't need to say.
Yeah. Or it's not the right time.
Yeah. Or I'll say some things you don't need to say until you evaluate yourself as a leader to say, have I taught them the proper way to do this?
Right.
So before I can say, well, I don't like how you did my brow. Well, did I tell you that I wanted a softer brow, or did I tell you I wanted a harsher brow?
Right.
So set the expectation.
Yeah, because it's not that she don't have the skill set to do either or. If you want a natural brow, I'm sure Chrissy knows how to just use maybe like a clear pomade or something that kind of just brings it out. But how can I discourage your craft when I never even explained to you what it is that I needed?
Yeah.
Right.
Or you didn't even recognize, like, hey, I think this is a little too dark. Can we try it this way to give it more of this look?
Yeah.
It's the same thing in music. But versus us offering options, will counsel people off that one moment.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, mentally, where did you go when you sung that? Or can you think about it this way and then provide us with this?
It
But
takes
I don't know what the culture is.
It takes a huge level of patience to
Yes.
be in
Yes, sir.
any type of leadership position,
Yeah.
no matter what. You have to have patience for people. Because you're trying to get them to a place. So your job is to find ways to help them get to that place.
Yeah.
And especially in an arena like church, where we're not expecting anyone to be professional here. Our job is, you're taking people who are somewhat skilled in this, in music to serve.
Yeah.
This isn't, you're not an artist. That's a whole nother arena.
Yeah.
And when you go in those arenas, sometimes, a lot of times hell, a lot of times people don't know how to talk to people, and that can affect people. So it's not always in church, like I was trying to say earlier. Like it could be anywhere, and it's not just in music. It can be in anything. Like how you handle people and what you say to people. And I've talked about the book 4 Agreements, about not taking anything personally, because a lot of times when people say what they say, it comes. There's a reason why they said it that way. Maybe it happened to them. A lot of times I notice that we handle people the way people handled us.
Yeah.
And so people used to snap at you in rehearsal. They used to tell you, "Oh, you need to fix that," or "You sounding off," or all that stuff.
That's
but,
such a good.
and because we survived through it, we pass it down. It's generational curses, trauma. Like we pass it down because it's like we don't even think why, and they never thought why. It just, this is what happened, and even though it didn't make you feel good, because you survived it or because it's what you dealt with, you pass it along.
But speak to that though, bro, because even from the perspective of me and Chrissy working under you, I don't think in the I think I've been rocking with you for about 7 years.
Musically,
Has it been 7 years?
longer than that, my nigga.
I'd just be like 2017.
Right.
The Roots first concert was
2017.
Roots first concert was 2015.
So I was special guest for that.
Yeah, that was 11 years ago.
I probably joined after that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so about 10 years.
So I'm saying all of that to say I don't think I've ever experienced anything harsh from you outside of you like wanting us to like be quiet or something like that. But can you kind of speak to maybe what you experienced in church compared to how you were as a leader? Because I never experienced that type of harshness from you. And you had patience with a lot of niggas.
So
Good
I think
Lord.
I think because of that, I was aware, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't pass down what happened to me. Because
Gotcha.
for me, my experience would be, maybe I was flat, or the way I would sing, because I wasn't churchy. I started singing in church when I was like a teenager. So a lot of times people have had 10 years on me, from my age. They'll be in church when they 5, 6 years old. I didn't start that early.
Yeah.
So I was.
You ain't missed nothing.
But I was doing like R&B and pop music and different things like that. Like, so my voice was different. So trying to fit in with other people who've been singing with this vibrato, or they know how to cut it off, or they know how to sing these. That wasn't me.
That's so frustrating.
That
Sorry,
wasn't
guys.
me. And so I would have people kind of like look at me or say little things, or I was always the one people would, my pastor at the time, he would like call me out because he was the one that was over the music. Until I got up to an age and to, I guess, a level where he was like, all right, now it's on you. But before then, he was doing it. So I used to dread coming to rehearsal. I used to hate going to rehearsal because I would, I was the example, or because I was usually the one who was the least experienced. Everyone been singing in church their whole life, and musicians been playing their whole life. So it was like, if I couldn't catch on, instead of showing me, a lot of times I wasn't shown.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like
Expected.
Right. And so it was tough, but at the same time, I loved music so much, and because I was there, I just kind of like pushed through it, and it was almost like I was trying to prove myself. Like, eventually, let me get to a point where, because I know that I had it in me. You know what I'm saying? This was new for me, because even the way I played, I was in jazz band. I was introduced to a lot of jazz music, R&B music early on before this churchy stuff. Yeah. So I'm playing it, but with like a jazz approach. So then I got people looking at me and saying certain things, and you'll think that I'm not good enough. You'll think just because of how somebody looked at you, and it just could be, hey, what you're doing isn't serving what we need right here, or it's not befitting, or whatever. Maybe you just not on the level that you need to be. But it's all about how you handle people. And so for me, because I was aware of that, I was like, I don't want people to feel like that in my rehearsal. I remember sitting in long ass rehearsals, and I was just like, oh, this is so. When I have rehearsals, I'm like, we capping after 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours, because I don't want people to not want to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was for me.
It's almost like customer service.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think honestly the group though was like a testament to that, because we all had different skills. Yeah,
True.
I'm not the most skilled, but I can hit them notes.
And that's actually a really good point. Because I know that I wasn't the most skilled singer. I knew that. Like, having a group but not being the most skilled singer, and you having people who are more skilled than you, that's intimidating. but I knew that I had the leadership quality. I knew that I could make something out of nothing. And I learned early on that I'd much rather have people who aren't the best singers but got the right spirit, because that's when you can make some shit happen. And that's when stuff will really happen for the group. Like when there was certain people that was in it that I felt like, oh, I need them or else.
Did you feel like that with me?
And some seasons, yes, I did. Because, I mean, because you were, a really good singer. And not only that, but you brought a great spirit, great attitude. You brought great energy. So it was just like, you want Kevin to be a part of what you're doing, not even
nigga. I
just
wanted
because.
to. I felt like I was the Zacardi Cortez to James Fortune.
But I was just like, oh, and then you would sometimes kind of like help me get other niggas like aligned. You'd be like, hey, like y'all not hearing what he's saying? I'm like, thank you, somebody got my back. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was because of your experience and so you knew how to like chop it up with the tenors. You had. That I feel like that.
Ooh, because we went through a lot of different phases from the one Bloody Friday to the next one.
A lot happened, but I mean, I was still, learning a lot. And then,
but I think when
we
really
were all young
settled,
too.
We got really settled with that last.
Yeah, we had a core group for a while.
Yeah, and it was like everybody was like really, really locked in. But I think that's the beauty though of watching the transformation of that season, because it was like. First of all, we've never heard this type of sound from anybody in the city. This is my perspective. I never heard the type of sound from anybody in the city. I get to be a part of it, and I don't feel like the main attraction. And sometimes that can be a burden when you do have this skill set or this talent that you just can't be a regular member and build the bond with the other members because everybody's looking at you.
Because
like,
it'd be times Kevin would be like, we have to sing somewhere and there wouldn't be enough mics. And Kevin was just like, well, I'm just not going to have a mic. I'm like, what?
And be lit.
But he would have the energy. So I'm like, it helped me out and allowed me to see it a different way. So I was just like, I was able to kind of then understand that I do need to lean on everybody equally, and I can't put it because you were still doing things, so it was just like I had to understand that. Yeah, you wouldn't miss. I'm not saying it like that, but at the same time, I had to become more aware that I have everything I need, and so a lot of that was just the insecurity in me. Not believing in myself. That's even why I started a group, because I didn't really like being in church and your voice and you not being affirmed the way that you really should. So I'm hiding behind voices. I know I can write. I know I can create these songs. I know I got this vision, but I didn't really have the skill set. And because I allowed those words, no, let me finish though. Okay. I didn't have it the way that I thought I should, because I allowed what was said to me to keep me. Like, the thing is, I could have. When you're encouraged, you push past the mistakes. You like, oh, I can. Let me try it another time, or let me go around higher. You actually like start to really work on yourself. But if you're not really pushed the proper way, then you get stuck. Every time you go to be challenged, I can't do it. It's too much. Or it's too high. Or how's this gonna sound? Or then you start thinking so much about what other niggas are thinking about you and how you sound because of what somebody else said about how you sound. Yeah. But it just may be their fucking preference. Or they could just be having a bad day. Maybe they're a fucking asshole. It could be a number of things. You can't take it personally, but because that's what I was doing, and that's because what most people do. They take it personally, and so then they live their whole life with that. And because people don't know how to handle you, they fucked you up. And it's not until you become aware that you're able to break from that. So I think, like, again, back to the whole content choir. Just having those I
just had to
I wish I had some oh no
because like it just made me think, as far as like, I know I can sing, but like you said, my voice is different. It's not the typical like squalling, barking, all that stuff. I'm not doing all that, and
because
that's
we all have our different backgrounds.
Yeah, but of course, growing up in church. And especially with my mom, if y'all ever heard my mom sing, my mom is a powerhouse, right? But growing up, it was always like, oh, Christian, your voice is so cute. Ooh, but your mama, girl, your mama's voice. Your mama, do you sing like your mama? No, I don't sing like my mama. Yeah. I don't. My mom has a completely different voice.
No, I don't.
I don't. Yeah. I don't. Like, no, I don't. But like, I thought because I don't sing like my mama and I don't have that strong, like I have a strong voice, but in a different way, if that makes sense.
Right.
I just was like, oh, don't think I can sing like that. But
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. So it's what I learned, what I've learned, and I think this is what being around Kevin and then being around other singers who really good singers, I've realized that it's just having the nerve.
Yeah.
And that's how they got better. They just, because at one point, Kevin didn't sound like the way he sounds. At one point, none of us sounded the way that we sound. But we had to just push past it and keep going, and we got better. But a lot of times, people stop at that first or second level while everybody else is progressing. So now you comparing yourself to people that's progressing. You comparing yourself to other voices, and then you remember what other people saying. All of that stuff compounds, and then you stop really. That's why even doing my concert and doing all of this is so freeing for me, because I'm actually like trusting the voice that feels good, that I always said felt good and was always my voice, and doing the stuff that I wanted to do, but I allowed people to make me feel like it wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
And so I was doing a whole genre of music that I didn't really even want to do. So now I got people looking at me like, oh, you don't want to do gospel no more? Oh, the devil they ain't got shit to do with none of that. If you really understood the story and understood that I was doing R&B music and doing pop music before I was doing gospel music, but because I felt like I needed to do this and I needed to sound like this, or because I'm a Christian and I'm in church, and so you have all of these people telling you what you should do and how you should live and how you should operate, and you don't even know yourself no more. You don't know who you are anymore. You get to a point where you have just become somebody else, and until you break free from that, you'll just become that version and then you angry, and then you passing it down to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because of how you were handled. And so it's very, very important, bro, like with your content choir, because you're not approaching it to perform or to be seen. This is really to help a group of people who feel like their voice doesn't matter. Who feel like their voice isn't good enough. Like this is, and honestly, because you're approaching it that way, you'll probably get more engagements than you've ever gotten in your life. You're probably going to get more opportunities and greater opportunities because your approach is to really serve. The Bible talks about the greatest among you is the greatest servant. Whenever you do something that is to serve people, God will always scale it, because your heart is not in it to make it about you. Your heart is in it to really help heal, because you've had to heal yourself through that process. And now you're helping somebody else. This podcast, like I want certain things for this podcast, but when I think about our conversations, I think about the healing conversations that need to be had. And I know all of this stuff, those episodes, it'd be hard to find clips because it don't be too many funny things, but we really have more serious moments.
Yeah.
But it's what's needed. You know what I'm saying? Like if we have to approach this thing because we understand what people have gone through because we went through it. You know what I'm saying? And Chrissy, I never knew that about your, how you felt about your own voice. Like, and so I don't, when I said that, I felt like you was like, oh, I hate that. I forget what I was talking about. Do you remember what I was saying? I don't know. Probably,
I think it was the comparison thing, because she had talked about.
It was right before you talked about your mom.
I think when you said something like you supposed to sound a certain type of way or whatnot, and I was just like, oh, because I started getting back into singing, like in the choir, and somebody was like, Chrissy, I really need you to like bark and I'm not doing it because I don't have it, and it's okay.
It tears up your voice.
Yeah,
but the hardest thing to hear people say is when people say things like that.
Yeah.
But nobody knows how to groom the voice that you do have to make it valuable to fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every song doesn't require that. So versus you maybe using or saying, Chrissy, okay, today you use the mic on this song because it requires a more controlled sound, and I know that you have it.
Yeah.
But you won't do that because you prefer performance over skill.
Yeah.
Where we can actually have both. But because I don't know how to handle a unique gift like yours, and I know that this one person can carry the entire section, I'd rather put them on the pedestal and make you feel less.
And then also, I think that due to how we value certain things. So in church, we value a particular sound. Jonathan McReynolds talks about this often because he doesn't have a churchy sound, but I think he's one of the dopest gospel artists, period.
Absolutely.
But he approaches it in his way. And so when he would talk about he'd go to churches with his acoustic guitar and people would just be looking at him because that's not the sound that we value here. You see what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean you're not valuable.
Right.
Everybody had that's subjective. So I may think that I like this voice over this voice. Doesn't mean that you don't have a good voice, but because of what I said, now you never really approach it and you never really strengthen that gift.
Right.
And you stay where you are. And but then we find people who still have gifts like, that are not common to the church scene, but still being in a church scene and trying to find a way to force it. When in reality, this just ain't it for your gifting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it's a lot to this conversation. But if y'all are in the Detroit area, Metro Detroit area, I would encourage you to sign up for Kevin's Content Choir, Detroit Content Choir. I really think that even just because of the conversations, like it's not even like this, because he's setting this atmosphere of fellowship, this atmosphere of togetherness where people feel comfortable. They don't feel judged. Like I remember when I first started going to the gym, I went to Planet Fitness because their main thing was it's a judgment-free zone.
Yep.
And so
it's
when you're
all over the wall.
Yeah. So it reminds you like I'm safe here. And if people have so many bad experiences in church or in choir rehearsal and praise team rehearsal, they don't go back. So I would say, sign up, connect with Kev. He'll post to let you know. Or you'll be able to sign up and they'll be able to contact and all that stuff.
And you never know who's coming. I'm working on some really dope people to stop in.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Surprise, I'll be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we about to wrap this episode up. Kevin has to go.
Yes,
it's
guys,
almost the
I have
time.
to go sing.
Warm
Go
up.
sing.
I know. It's going to be a long night.
Well, we praying.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my last gig. Well, tomorrow my last gig because I am on vocal rest until Grown AF.
Grown AF, nigga. And if you watching this, the concert obviously was great, nigga.
Yeah, it was.
All right, we'll see y'all next week. It's the Dream Lab Podcast. We love y'all. Yeah!
My student had quoted